Hey, happy Thursday. I think it's Thursday, everybody. Today's chamber check-in. I'm so excited to share with you all about a guy named Rob Poleki. Hi, Rob.
What's up, Paul?
Rob and we met through LinkedIn about, I don't know, 5 or 6 months ago. And we inspired each other. And I'm so excited to share the story with Rob. This is a special day. But first, I get to thank our series sponsor for these check-ins. It's Delta Dental of Idaho. Rob, you know Delta Dental. They've been providing high-class dental insurance benefits to Idahoans for over 50 years. And their programs and insurance packages are backed and designed by the largest network of dentists in the country. And with that, I get to share a fun factoid from their Tooth Truth series. Here we go.
Did you know that kids laugh around 400 times a day and adults just 15 times a day? Lighten up, adults.
And that's what we're going to do today. We're going to laugh a lot.
Yeah.
So, Rob, you've got this product. It's called Washie. You're an innovative cleaning products company. These check-ins are about sharing our member stories, their products, services, and more importantly, the people behind these brands, these founders. So we'll get to some more stuff, but why don't you share your personal story of your history of work first?
Yeah.
Let's start there.
Yeah, first, no, Paul, thank you so much for inviting me to come on the show. We appreciate everything that the Chamber has done. And the Chamber members who are watching, or whoever's watching, is probably thinking, Paul, you got a toilet seat salesman up in here talking to us? But two things, right? I bet you this morning you've used the restroom. And two, it's after lunch, so you're going to be thinking about my product here pretty soon. So, yeah, I'm Rob, CEO of Washie. Washie, well, actually, I'll give you a little bit of history of myself. Former elected official in Bannock County, graduated from Idaho State University with a social work degree. My wife and I started our careers in Pocatello, Idaho. And then in 2014, I was elected as Bannock County clerk. I served for a year, 1 term and a half. And then I decided to quit my job, go on Shark Tank, and sell toilet seats. So, yeah, that's kind of a quick history of Rob Poleki.
So, Rob, I know it goes deeper than that. You also went to Idaho State University, correct?
Correct. I bleed orange. Bengals forever.
And you played football, right?
Yeah. So got to Pocatello, Idaho in 1999. Played for the football team. We were pretty good back then. We were on the Big Sky Conference. We had a lot of people go to the NFL. We did come to Boise State, and Boise State did whoop our butts. I think Zabransky was the quarterback back then. And, we got a big lesson learned. But in the Big Sky, we were dominating.
That's awesome. Hey, it's Boise Entrepreneur Week this week, formerly Boise Startup Week, and I know that it's going hot and heavy. And I think this is probably one of the catalysts of Washie kind of making it to product, right? Bringing
Yep.
an idea to fruition. So there couldn't be a more relevant time to have a guest like you featured in these check-ins. Being a former pitch competition winner of Boise Startup Week, now Boise Entrepreneur Week, tell us about that story, and then we'll go on from there.
Yeah, so in 2019, 32 tech companies, and I walk up with a toilet seat and win the prize money, $20,000. And at the time, I was starting off, I had less than $5,000 in the bank for the company, and that money sure did come in handy. And Nick Krabs for Boise Startup Week, because it gave me the boost that I needed for my company. It gave me the spotlight for a whole year. I tagged everything: Boise Startup Week winner, Boise Entrepreneur Week winner. And really it came down to pitching. Every company is pitching their product, pitching their tech product. We are the first smart toilet seat for public restrooms. Our seat connects to an app and lets maintenance crews know that a battery is low or cartridge is low. So that's how we became, got in the tech scene. But, the competition has just given us so much attention, connected us with mentors, connected us with money. And, it's building the Boise, even the Idaho ecosystem with entrepreneurs, new companies coming out. So what a blessing for me to win that year to boost the company.
I love hearing your story. And you were telling us about Shark Tank, and you told me a little bit about standing in line with a mobile toilet. And you got to share that story as well.
So in 2018, I was an elected official at the time. I was issued my first patent, and I was like, you know what? I got to go try out for Shark Tank. So I took the toilet bowl and a toilet seat on a push cart in the Venetian Hotel in the middle of CES, thousands and thousands of people there. I thought it was going to be the most embarrassing moment of my life, pushing a toilet seat and a toilet bowl in a casino. But it was the best. It was the best response ever. Hundreds, not tens or 20, hundreds of people came up to me and were like, what is that? What is that product? And I made it out of 42,000 companies that tried out for Shark Tank. I made it to 90.
Wow.
Yeah.
So almost made it to the big show, but I think that's so cool.
Yeah. So I actually, this is the story of Shark Tank. We were getting ready. I was working on my pitch with the producers. They were buying my set. And 2 weeks before I make it to go down there, they cut my company. So yeah, best thing ever though. Best thing. Everything happens for a reason. I would have gave up most of my company if I would have won the show. I was really early. Needed time to develop. So I'm glad that I got cut. Yeah.
Okay. Tell us about Washie. What is it exactly? And dive deep into the technology, because we have it at our offices. We use it every single day, and all the people that come in for our events and our committees and councils have an opportunity to check it out. But tell the audience what Washie is and how it is innovative.
Yeah. So first, Chamber was one of the first companies to buy Washie toilet seats. So thank you guys so much. Here's the story of Washie, and I want to connect to parents and people who use public restrooms. I was in the Salt Lake City airport with my 4-year-old son. He starts doing the potty, to stand in line, and a stall finally opens up. And the guy before us, tingled on the seat, right? So I grabbed some toilet paper, toilet seat covers, put him on the seat, and I lift my 4-year-old son up, so he could take care of business. He starts kicking and screaming. He's like, no, I don't want to sit on that. I don't want to, what is that thing? So I had to go grab some soap and some paper towels to clean the seat for my son so he could sit down. So I went from a screaming kid to a smiling kid, taking care of business. I'm like, everything in the restroom is hands-free to eliminate germs, except for the most important thing. It's a toilet seat. And then we discovered that toilet seat covers are absorbent. They don't even work. Anything on the seat can seep through. So I put this idea on the list, and I invented Washie. Washie toilet seat allows the user to clean, to sanitize the seat down before they sit. So it is, with COVID around, with the extra cleaning going on, the cleaning expectations, we've come at the right time.
So I'll help explain a little bit too. So it's a solution that is censored by a wave of your hand, and the solution comes up, and you pull out little toilet paper and you wipe it. And what I think it's really cool about that solution is it dries like that, right? So you're not sitting on a wet toilet seat, and you feel, and it actually works because of that solution. What is that solution, Rob?
Yeah, it's quickly drying. Sorry, I forgot to explain the product.
Yeah.
So grab some toilet paper, wave your hand over a sensor. The cleaning solution rises to the surface. You grab the toilet paper and you wipe down the seat before you sit, right? You guarantee that seat is sanitized and clean. So the solution is a alcohol-based solution, dries very quickly, right? It has antimicrobial properties in the solution. We do have a few sensors on the seat. So if you sit on the seat, it won't accidentally go off while you're sitting on the seat. I know some people might need some soap on their butt, but we have different sensors. And then, like I said, we're the first smart toilet seat. So we connect with apps and help maintenance crews so they don't have to manually check, for inventory purposes, saves them time. Yeah. So that's Washie.
It's maintenance free, really, Rob. It's super easy, and I always tell you and others, it's the Cadillac seat, because
That's right.
not only does it operate for safety and cleanliness, it's comfortable. It's one of those things where you've never sat on one, and when you do, you're like, oh, I
Yeah.
get it now, right? It's the
So
Cadillac.
I'm 6'2", 300 pounds. I'm in my home. I mean, it's the most comfortable seat I've ever sat on. So, and we designed it that way. We've put, a few years into R&D, going back with manufacturers. So we're ready to roll out now. So if anybody needs some clean toilet seats, you guys let me know.
Yeah, absolutely. Hey, I'm going to check my list and make sure. So we talked about your history of work, being an elected official, and in Idaho, founding this company. I know you have a lot of cool ideas, and I've been following you on LinkedIn. You've got such a huge LinkedIn presence, Rob, and that's actually where you and I met, and that's where we started. And it only took like 2 or 3 times of you and I back and forth when you're like, hey, sign me up for the chamber. I want to get involved with the business community. Why did you join the chamber, Rob?
Exposure. Paul, you guys do a great job pushing companies, putting them in the spotlight. You and Bill, oh my gosh, you guys have been talking about toilet seats all the time. People actually have come up to me. I met Bill, I met Paul. They told us about your toilet seat. I mean, the amount of marketing, right, that I've received from you guys has been awesome, especially because you guys have so many followers on LinkedIn. You guys have a huge following. So anytime I'm at a chamber or I do something with Boise Chamber, I tag, I make sure that I hashtag or I link them to the post, because it goes into my feed. The algorithms helps my posts. So I post every single day.
Yep.
And it works, right? We've hardly put any money into marketing, but everywhere I go, people are like, "You're the toilet seat guy," right? So, and it's worked. And you guys have pushed us a lot. So I appreciate you guys doing that.
Our pleasure. It's investments from our chamber members that fuel our programs and events and our leadership development opportunities. And we're so glad that startup companies are looking at the chamber for additional exposure, information, education, right? We have a training series. So that's a good segue into talking more a little bit about the 2021 Entrepreneur Week. What advice do you have for those that are pitching in the competition this week?
Yeah. So there's still a lot of pitching going on. Some winners have been announced. And for the last 2 days, I've been able to spend some time with them. And it's just like looking back at me 2 years ago. I get to give them information and educate them on manufacturing, the things that I've had to learn from Google and YouTube and talking to people. And now we're alumni, right? We're alumni of Boise Entrepreneur Week. We've all been through the hoops of trying to pitch and compete against some top companies. So, the first thing when I tell people who have an idea, who have a startup idea, is don't be that guy sitting on the couch watching TV and you see your idea pop up on a commercial. Don't be that guy, because you will regret not ever starting your idea. Everyone has ideas, but execution and actually just starting is the hardest part. And if you're sitting on the couch and you see your idea and it was like a good idea, I mean, you're going to kick yourself in the butt. So, yeah, no pun intended, but it's actually starting and actually taking a leap of faith in yourself and in your idea.
I love it. When I was looking on your website or the Boise Entrepreneur Week website in 2019, it showed that there was over 275 businesses that were competing for that pitch competition. How many are there, if for this year's pitch week?
Oh, there was over, I think 200 companies that came in. There's different types of pitches, trail mix. There's the, different types of winners. And a kid from Rexburg won the big prize money. He has a cool invention. I would absolutely, just for Idaho and Utah, this would work. He has a strap that goes on the back of a truck, and it helps you strap down things. I mean, I would go check it out on their website, the big winner. But yeah, tons and tons of companies and entrepreneurs in Boise or in this region.
Yeah, I love the fact that we have such a good startup ecosystem here. The city supports it, entrepreneurs support it. They have such a good list of sponsors that support it, because in the end, Rob, this, it's an ecosystem that supports startup and ideas like that, only elevates the rest of the community.
Yeah. I mean, you think about it, right? All these businesses started from scratch. They employ people. If they're unicorns, or if they start making tons of money and do well, they're going to employ tons of people. They're going to stay here in Boise and offer, services to people, employment, so all good things come from startups.
Hey, there's a quick question here from Samuel. Are the seats just for commercial use?
Right now, we just have them for commercial use, but tons and tons of people have asked, when's the residential model coming out? I have 3 boys that, tingle all over the seat. They need to clean the seat. We are building that model right now. So just for commercial use, but we're trying to get into the high traffic restrooms, airports, stadiums, hospitals, where you see dirty, toilet seats.
Yep.
We're trying to attack that industry first, and then we'll get into the residential model.
I'm going to throw your website on the screen here, and that's our cue to wrap up here shortly. But I want any businesses out there that are looking at inviting people back into their offices, that are developing their new safety and cleanliness initiatives in their office. This is a great thing, inexpensive, and elevates the cleanliness of your restrooms, and gives those associates and employees something else to think about, that, hey, our company supports us. And this is truly an innovative product that you have designed and brought to market, Rob.
I appreciate that, Paul. Thank you.
Let's see. You had mentioned a little bit about the plastic seat covers. And okay, I'm sure everyone has a story with those seat covers. So we've all used them, and they've all gotten caught as we're pulling up our britches. And I think this is a big thing that solves that as well. So, tell us more about why.
We are replacing paper toilet seat covers. Get rid of those things. Stop using them. They're absorbent, right? So anything on the seat, it's been a psychological thing. You've been lied to your whole life that thin piece of paper can protect you. I mean, like, common sense. That thing is not going to do anything for you. Maintenance people, especially buildings, they hate them. They're always on the floor. They're a mess. And some jerk goes and puts like 20 of them in the toilet bowl, it clogs. So they've been made out of wax before, but they had to they're only made out of 20-30% of wax now because of the clogging issues. And now that they make them out of paper, it's absorbent. So we are solving that problem. Washi toilet seat will solve the problem of no one ever having to use paper toilet seat covers ever again.
All right. Hey, before we leave, I want to make sure we say, go Washie!
Let's go Washie! Yee!
Rob, thanks again for your time today. I'm so stoked to have you in town. Thanks for coming and supporting other entrepreneurs here through Boise Entrepreneur Week. You rock, my friend. Keep the shoulder to the wheel.
Oh, thanks for having me, brother. I appreciate you.
Okay. We'll talk soon.